The Book of Gates is one of the most fascinating and complex texts of ancient Egyptian mythology and religious literature. It serves as a detailed guide to the afterlife, describing the journey of the deceased through the various gates of the underworld, encountering gods, demons, and other entities along the way. This journey is essential for the soul to attain eternal life and unite with the divine. In this blog, we will explore the origins, structure, symbolism, and significance of the Book of Gates, delving into the rich tapestry of beliefs that underpinned ancient Egyptian conceptions of the afterlife. Origins and historical context. The Book of Gates is thought to have been written during the New Kingdom period of ancient Egypt, which lasted from around 1550 to 1070 BCE. This period was marked by significant cultural and political achievements, including the construction of great temples and tombs, and the development of sophisticated religious texts. The Book of Gates, along with other funerary texts, such as the Book of the Dead and the Amulet, reflect the Egyptians' complex beliefs about the afterlife and the journey of the soul. The text is found inscribed in the tombs of several New Kingdom pharaohs, including those in the Valley of the Kings. The most notable examples are the tombs of Ramses I, Seti I, Ramses I, and Merenptah. The detailed depictions and hieroglyphic inscriptions in these tombs provide a visual and textual representation of the Book of Gates, allowing us to gain insight into its contents and significance. Structure of the Book of Gates. The Book of Gates is divided into 12 sections corresponding to the 12 hours of the night. Each section describes a gate through which the deceased must pass, guarded by a deity or monstrous being. The journey begins at sunset and ends at dawn, symbolizing the transition from death to rebirth. The sun god Ra, in his nocturnal form as Ra-Horakhty, accompanies the deceased on this journey, reflecting the cyclical nature of life and death. First hour. First hour marks the beginning of the journey into the underworld. The deceased enters the western horizon where the sun is setting. This period is often depicted as the solar bark, Boke, carrying Ra and the deceased into the realm of the dead. It sets the stage for the challenges and trials that lie ahead. Second hour. In the second hour, the deceased encounters the first gate, guarded by a serpent or a deity. The gatekeepers demand knowledge of secret names and spells that the deceased must recite to gain passage. This hour emphasizes the importance of knowledge and magical skills in navigating the afterlife. Third hour. The third hour involves passage through a narrow, water-filled passageway, symbolizing purification and the cleansing of the soul. Here, the deceased must prove their purity and righteousness in order to continue their journey. The imagery often includes depictions of divine ferrymen to aid the passage. Fourth hour. In the fourth hour, the deceased reaches another gate, guarded by more deities and monstrous beings. The theme of judgment comes to the fore as the deceased is weighed against the feather of Mayat, representing truth and justice. This hour emphasizes the moral and ethical dimensions of the journey to the afterlife. Fifth hour. The fifth hour introduces a series of caves inhabited by snakes and other creatures. The deceased must navigate these treacherous environments while maintaining their focus and determination. This section highlights the dangers and distractions that can lead the soul astray. Sixth hour. The sixth hour is a pivotal point in the journey as the deceased reaches the Hall of Judgment. Here, in the presence of Osiris, the god of the dead, and the 42 judges, the deceased's heart is weighed against the feather of Maat. The result determines whether the soul is worthy of entering the afterlife. Seventh hour. In the seventh hour, the journey continues through another gate, leading to a region of fiery lakes and burning sands. The imagery is often associated with purification and the destruction of evil forces. The deceased must demonstrate their resilience and strength to continue. Eighth hour. The eighth hour involves crossing a river of fire, symbolizing further purification and the elimination of negative aspects of the soul. The deceased is assisted by protective deities and must recite certain spells to ensure a safe passage. This hour reinforces the theme of transformation and renewal. Ninth hour. In the ninth hour, the deceased faces a series of challenges that test their wisdom and understanding. The journey becomes increasingly introspective as the deceased reflects on their life and action. The emphasis on self-awareness and inner knowledge is crucial to the soul's progress. 10th hour. The 10th hour introduces the final gate, guarded by powerful deities. The deceased must make offerings and demonstrate their piety and devotion. This hour emphasizes the importance of ritual and religious observance in securing a place in the afterlife. 11th hour. In the 11th hour, the deceased reach the field of reeds, a paradisiacal realm where they can enjoy eternal life. This section often depicts scenes of abundance, joy, and reunion with loved ones. The deceased are rewarded for their perseverance and righteousness. 12th hour. The 12th and final hour marks the resurrection and rebirth of the deceased. The soul emerges from the underworld with the rising sun, symbolizing the triumph over death and the beginning of a new cycle of existence. The imagery often includes the bark of the sun rising into the sky, carrying the rejuvenated soul. The Book of Gates is rich in symbolism and themes that reflect ancient Egyptian beliefs about life, death, and the afterlife. Several key themes can be identified throughout the text. The journey of the sun. The journey of the sun god Ra through the underworld parallels the journey of the deceased. Ra's nightly journey and his rebirth at dawn symbolize the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. This theme reinforces the idea that death is not an end, but a transition to a new form of existence. Judgment and justice. The concept of judgment is central to the Book of Gates. The weighing of the heart with the feather of Maat represents the evaluation of one's life and actions. The emphasis on truth, justice, and righteousness reflects the moral and ethical framework of ancient Egyptian society. Purification and transformation. The journey through the gates and the encounters with various deities and obstacles symbolize the process of purification and transformation. The deceased must overcome challenges and prove their worthiness to gain eternal life. This theme underlines the idea that the afterlife is a journey of spiritual growth and renewal, protection and guidance. Throughout the journey, the deceased is assisted by protective deities and guided by the sun god Ra. The presence of these divine helpers highlights the importance of divine intervention and assistance in navigating the afterlife. The spells and knowledge required to pass through the gates emphasize the role of magic and ritual in ensuring a successful passage. The Book of Gates and Egyptian religion. The Book of Gates is not just a funerary text. It reflects the wider religious and cosmological beliefs of ancient Egypt. The text provides insights into the Egyptians' understanding of the afterlife, the nature of the soul, and the role of the gods in the cycle of life and death. The afterlife and the soul. The ancient Egyptians believed in an afterlife in which the soul, or Kiba, continued to exist in a transformed state. The transformed state. The Ama is one of several components of the soul, including the Tetka life force and the Tekaf transfigured spirit. The journey through the Book of Gates represents the soul's quest to achieve unity with the divine and to attain eternal life in the field of reeds. The concept of the soul's journey emphasizes the importance of living a righteous and pious life. The trials and judgments faced by the deceased reflect the idea that one's actions and character in this life directly affect one's fate in the afterlife. This belief in moral accountability is a central tenet of ancient Egyptian religion. The role of the gods. The gods play a crucial role in the Book of Gates, serving as both guides and judges of the deceased. Ra, Osiris, Anubis, and other deities are depicted as protectors and helpers, ensuring the safe passage of the soul through the underworld. The presence of these gods emphasizes the interconnectedness of the divine and mortal realms. Osiris is particularly important as the god of the dead and ruler of the underworld. His role in the judgment of the dead underlines his authority over the afterlife and his association with resurrection and rebirth. The portrayal of Osiris as a benevolent and just ruler reflects the Egyptian hope for a favorable outcome in the afterlife. The Book of Gates in Art and Architecture. The Book of Gates is not only a literary text, but also a visual and architectural phenomenon. The detailed depictions of the gates, deities, and journey of the deceased can be found in the tombs of the pharaohs of the New Kingdom. These tombs were meticulously designed and decorated to ensure the successful passage of the deceased into the afterlife. Tomb decoration. The walls of the tombs are decorated with elaborate scenes from the Book of Gates, painted in vibrant colors and intricate detail. These scenes serve both a functional and symbolic purpose, providing the deceased with the necessary knowledge and protection to navigate the afterlife. The depictions often include hieroglyphic inscriptions of the spells and prayers required to pass through the gates. The use of tomb decoration reflects the Egyptian belief in the power of visual and textual representations to influence the afterlife. The detailed artwork serves as a guide for the soul, ensuring that it has the necessary tools to achieve eternal life. Temple reliefs. In addition to tomb scenes from the Book of Gates can also be found on the reliefs of temples dedicated to the gods. These temple reliefs often depict the journey of the sun god Ra through the underworld, emphasizing the connection between the divine and mortal journeys. The inclusion of the Book of Gates in temple reliefs highlights its importance within the broader religious and cosmological framework of ancient Egypt. The Book of Gates and modern interpretation. The Book of Gates continues to capture the imagination of scholars, archaeologists, and enthusiasts of ancient Egyptian culture. Its intricate symbolism and detailed depictions provide valuable insights into the beliefs and practices of one of history's most fascinating civilizations. Scholarly research. Scholarly research into the Book of Gates has expanded our understanding of ancient Egyptian religion and mythology. By analyzing the text and its illustrations, researchers have uncovered the complexities of the Egyptian afterlife and the role of the gods in guiding the soul. Studies have also explored the links between the Book of Gates and other funerary texts, such as the Book of the Dead and the Amduat, revealing a rich tapestry of religious literature, public interest, and the media. The Book of Gates has also attracted public interest through various media, including documentaries, books, and exhibitions. Popular works on ancient Egypt often feature the Book of Gates, highlighting its significance and appeal. Exhibitions of artifacts and tomb decorations provide a tangible link to the ancient text, allowing visitors to experience the beauty and intricacy of Egyptian funerary art. The Book of Gates is a profound and complex text that offers a glimpse into the spiritual and religious world of ancient Egypt. Its detailed descriptions of the journey through the afterlife, encounters with gods and monsters, and the ultimate quest for eternal life reflect the Egyptians' deep beliefs about death and rebirth. Through its rich symbolism and intricate depictions, the Book of Gates continues to inspire and fascinate, reminding us of the enduring legacy of ancient Egyptian culture. Whether through scholarly research or public interest, the Book of Gates remains a testament to the remarkable achievements of a civilization that sought to understand and transcend the mysteries of life and death. As we continue to explore and interpret the Book of Gates, we gain a deeper appreciation for the wisdom and spirituality of the ancient Egyptians. Their beliefs about the afterlife and the journey of the soul offer timeless insights into the human experience, reminding us of the universal search for meaning, transformation, and eternal life